tired.
Were you exercising? What was that?
Sorry.
That just made me tired.
I was getting my little workout in. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
So I was getting my little aerobic activity in. Well, welcome to another episode of Still Joke. Hi, my lovelies.
What's up, ladies?
So, it's Friday, TGIF, and it's a holiday weekend, Martin Luther King weekend.
Oh, that's right. It is Martin Luther King weekend. Thank you.
Amen. And we have to talk about Married at First Sight. I'm just going to say, can they drag? I mean, how much longer can they just drag this shit out? A 2-hour episode, we should have killed all 5 marriages. And then the next episode should have been the receptions. My goodness.
They're dragging this out.
But when I was watching it, I was pissed off because I felt like, stop robbing me of my time. My time is valuable. 2 hours of this bullshit, you're robbing me of my time.
Yes.
I choose to watch it, right? So.
And can I say one thing?
That's why I always DVR it, because you can't watch it on demand because it doesn't let you fast forward. And now you're stuck. So that's why I always on demand it. And if I want to watch it like Wednesday night, it'll start recording and I'll let an hour go by or an hour and a half go by, and then I'll start it. That way I can fast forward, because there are some parts of them episodes that I just have no need for, like wedding dress shopping. I don't give a shit about that. I don't give a shit about the pre-wedding gaming when, sometimes it depends on who it is, when they're getting dressed and getting ready and they're talking and shit. I don't care about that neither. So, yeah.
5-minute commercials too.
Oh my
5 minutes of commercials. I know it because I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
These are shows that literally could be 2-hour shows, could easily be 45, 50 minutes if they just got rid of the long-winded commercials and a lot of that useless bullshit.
Can I just say one thing though about the season? Just one thing I want to say. Can people get their teeth fixed? Please, people. Get your teeth fixed.
Witness, Black Jesus.
We saw whatever that guy, the frisbee dude, his teeth are just like this. Michael's the frisbee dude.
It is Chris.
Oh, Chris,
frisbee dude, teeth are like this. Michael, teeth are like little like this.
It is
your girl Jasmina got a little teeth thing going on too.
But here's the thing I have about Jasmina. What's up with her eye? Have you all noticed that? Like in one of her eyes, it looks like somebody punched her in the eye. Like she's got like a little blueberry, like blood clot or something in her eye. Because when she talks and when she looks to like the right or the left,
you can see
a certain way, it looks off. Now,
it could just be like a birthmark.
It could be, but now having said that, because I don't need these streaks coming for me, all I'm gonna say is, Jasmina, I'm still love jonesing over her.
That girl is
motherfucking
gorgeous.
Flawless.
I like her.
She is gorgeous. I mean, from her hair down, oh my God, she is just all that in a bucket of chicken. I'm sorry.
But neither that couple doesn't have to worry about their teeth because they both have the off teeth, so they both don't give a shit about the teeth.
Yeah.
So that's a perfect made couple.
So let's.
But I would be like this. I would be like this the whole time if I was married to you. I'd be like, hey, we're married, right? Can I tell you something about your teeth? I have a great dentist.
You know you do.
Amen. Well, when you married, you definitely can say that.
Yeah.
I'll set up an appointment.
Absolutely. So I guess we can do. Well, who y'all want to start on?
Let's go in order.
We had 2 weddings. We had Jasmina and Michael, and then we had this season. Chris last season was just whenever you mentioned Merla, he was like, I just can't. This is me this season. Anytime I see Olajuwon, I want to legit throw something at the TV. There is just something about him. I just don't like him. I think Olajuwon is strictly here for the likes, the follows, and the clout that he's going to amass once this season is over. He wants to parlay this into some social media monetization.
I don't get that from him, but I feel like all of them are there for that particular reason. All of them, you know, past seasons too. I feel like that's just a part of it.
Yeah.
What I get from him is he talked really big, but when he saw her come down the aisle and then that one-on-one conversation, it was like, dude, I thought you were the prince of women. You came off like a sucker. Not
a
sucker, but he came off. Go ahead.
He came off. I had to rewind that and watch it
whipped
times. Like, no, he came off to me. He literally showed like some creepy ass pervy Joe Namath vibes. Like, you're so beautiful. I just want to kiss. Remember that shit Joe Namath pulled like several years ago? You're so pretty. I want to kiss you. Can I kiss you?
What was that? I didn't know about that.
He did it to a reporter. He was on the sidelines for a reporter, and the thing from a reporter was interviewing. He goes, "I want to kiss." He was drunk. He
was drunk. Oh, okay.
He was fucked up, and he's like, all you got to do is YouTube it. And
okay, I will.
He's like in her face, like that's what I kept seeing when Olajuwon was just like in her face, and then he was like diarrhea of the mouth, talking to her about how he is, and then he was like, "You're so pretty. Can I kiss? I just want to kiss you." And I was like, "Ooh, dude, you're a perv, total perv."
Okay. Olajuwon, well, first of all, I think he's so confused with how he is and how he's supposed to feel, and I appreciate he obviously has a lot of emotions going on. I think he was crazy nervous, and if someone said, "Olajuwon, are you going to settle your ass down?" "Oh yeah, I'll settle down." He's like, "I'm gonna give you that," and he's like, "Oh, I'll settle down for that."
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'll settle down for that. Yeah. You know, I mean, this girl, right? Oh, yeah. And she was like, yeah, it's a bit much.
She was
not feeling it. He's gonna rebound back into Isaac again.
Of course,
I think so. We'll see.
It was just the first, but remember, and there's the other side to him that he's terrified because when he's crying, knowing that he's gonna get married. He was crying. He was with his boy, his brother. He was seriously crying. And she said, "I could." Oh, in the after thing, the Keisha and I Pulliam thing.
Oh, I saw that.
She said, "Oh yeah, good." She said, "I could see him holding back tears, so I knew that he was in it with me."
But let me stop you right there. Let's go back to that after party thing. See, I am a watcher of body language and facial expressions because I wear my emotions on my face. And when they showed the clip of him talking, you know, excessively and the marriage or what have you, they cut to her. Her face was just like, she had that look of, no, I don't like him. I think I'm just going to say this. I think that she's just going to ride it out. As long as she can. She ain't that marriage ain't gonna last. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. I think his nervousness of like, because I didn't also expect him to be like, "Look, I'm gonna be there for you.
I wasn't expecting it either.
I'm gonna be there for you." I feel like now that it's his past over that side of being, now I'm married. Now what you gonna do, Elijah? What you gonna do? You wanna be married? Now you're married. What are you going to do?
And she don't cook.
And he said, "That's okay."
Yep, he sure
said,
did.
That's okay.
Figure it out.
We can do it together. He changed his tune real quick. He was like, boom, dum, dum, dum. I was like, whoa.
That's because he was happy with what he got. Now, if it was anybody else that was just basic, he would have been like, no.
Happy. He was like a kid. He was with a new toy.
He was like
me,
dog.
Me with an 85-inch TV.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that.
It's like me when I go to Costco and I get all the meat and shit. I get all excited. Whoa. Shit. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just don't like him. And I really don't like him.
Did I freeze
about him?
Yes. You froze.
Okay, because both of you all froze on my side. Okay, good. Anyway, I'm glad we kept going.
Elijah,
I didn't see you guys freeze at all, but whatever.
And the fact that she had the tattoos, he was like, "Oh my god!" And she got tats. He's like, "I like your tats. You're beautiful. I got tats all over my body." He's like, "Whoa, calm the fuck down, Elijah. Slow your roll, bro."
He was like into. Let me ask a question, especially to you, Chris, because I was watching it, and a guy said to me, if I don't know who I'm marrying, and her or Jasmina walk down the aisle, I'm burning down my mama's house to get to them. The selection, as far as like looks go, like right off the top, those two, I can see why he changed it up a little. But my whole thing in my head was like, dude, I'm thinking that you have dated women similar on her caliber before. He act like he's never dated a fine ass woman.
He's married, and he was scared about, if I've dated all these fine women and I get someone I gotta marry who's not my type, I'm gonna be upset and pissed because I've agreed to be in this, to be the man and something else. But he saw her coming down. He's like, yo, that's my wife. Mm-hmm. That's my wife. He was, and I mean, I have to give him a little break. He's just very enthusiastic about, I think he, for the first time, he realized this may actually work.
He's not genuine.
This may actually, I was scared. So? I was crying. But I'm thinking for him, he was crying. I don't know who's going to be. She's got to be a special woman. She's got to do this. She's got to do this and the other. No. That's your wife. Oh, okay. Whatever I said, that. Oh, that's fine. Yeah. Okay.
Listen, I get the whole crying thing because the reality hits you, because the same thing happened to Jasmina when she got a little nauseated and she was like, oh my God. When the reality of this hits you, that this is a legal binding contract, that you're marrying listen, when I got married to my ex-husband, I knew him. I dated him for 5 years. And when it came time to saying I do, I was overwhelmed and had anxiety because I was like, this is for life. Like, I'm about to marry this man. So I can't relate having to do this, go through this, and marrying a complete stranger. I get Jasmina. Him, Olajuwon, on the other hand, I think Olajuwon was just like crying because he's like, what have I got myself into? Number one. And number two, if this girl is ugly or not to my liking, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It was just purely for him. It was shallow for me. And again, I'm being biased. I don't feel him. I don't like him. He's my Merla this year, and he's
Olajuwon.
Yep, Olajuwon is going to have to move mountains to make me change my mind.
Let me ask you this. If we hadn't seen the pre-show or the pre-Isaac, the party, the bachelor party, if we hadn't seen anything and we had just seen the beginning of the wedding, right? When he's standing there, she walks on the aisle, and the after effect, you would think that he is a really nice guy who's really excited, who really wants to be with her and is nervous as hell and too much. You wouldn't be like, oh, I don't think you wouldn't be like, oh, I don't like him. It's all the stuff that we knew about him before.
Well, and that's why they air that shit. So that we can.
I know, but I'm saying the person that he is at the marriage from then on, what he's been, if he can keep that consistency up, I think he's going to be okay with it. I think he's going to be okay.
Listen, he lost me when after the wedding and he was diarrheaing off of the mouth and she's just looking at him like, whoa, mind blown. Listen, I have a short attention span too. So all that talk, I would have been like, ew, I can't, like, I'd give him a chance. Obviously, I just married him. But me, he lost me.
I did not get a total dislike from him, even from the other stuff. He's young. He's out there. He's in the street. I don't think that's enough I don't think they've gave me enough to say I don't like him. Even when he was sitting at the table talking all that smack to his family, That's smack. You hear, we all talk it a little like what we want, what our expectations are, and then somebody comes around and we do a complete 180, right. Just like he did. As far as like the crying and stuff go, if I'm in that situation, just like him, just like Olajuwon, just like what's the other Michael, and just like Jasmina, I would be bawling. And what was the other? And Noi too. She was crying. I would be bawling because it's like an absolute unknown, right? And to have all that control given to somebody else, and I'm about to get married, and I don't know anything about them, I would be sick at that moment. Even though I signed up at that moment, just like they were about to walk down the aisle, I would be sick to my gut.
Yeah, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could do it.
Yeah, but why don't you? But you don't like him. I don't think he's done anything.
I do like. Okay.
No, I'm talking about Tanya.
I know. I don't like him.
I don't know enough about him not to not like him.
I don't get that. I don't have it either.
I can't pinpoint it, and I can't give you specifics. There's just something about him and the way that he talks, the way that he acts, his mannerisms, that it just does not set right with me. I don't think I commend him because he's a hard worker. He has his own house. He apparently, he's got a head on his shoulders as far as, getting his shit together for a black man, but in America. But I'm like, there's just something about him. I just don't think he's genuine.
The only person I would say whose personality rubs me the wrong way is Alyssa. That's the only one I do not like.
Oh,
well, here's the thing. I would have to agree with you, and I even more agree with you because I saw the previews, and that
for her.
Well, according to the
previews, don't tell me I didn't see them.
Yeah, listen. All I'm gonna say is the previews. If it is true to fruition and not edited by production,
okay.
Oh wow,
that ain't gonna listen. She is.
Well, you can already see she's.
She's. What the hell is she doing in Massachusetts? Move to South Carolina, boo. You can have all the country that you want. I mean, you can have it in Massachusetts too, but she obviously wants this kind of Belle-like lifestyle.
Yeah.
And why would she needs someone be like, no, Alyssa, no. She needs to have a dude who's going to be like,
she needs an alpha.
She needs an alpha. She totally needs an alpha. And Chris seems like a really nice guy. He is not an alpha.
He's not an alpha.
He is not the one for her.
All he has to do is forest golf with his frisbee. Who does that? Never heard of it.
I like frisbee golf.
You've heard of that?
Yeah, he said it last week.
Oh shit! Sorry, the juice was in me. Hey, listen, I don't know nothing about that, but Shahidah, we're gonna have to search them out since we're here in Boston. We're gonna have to search them out, and we might have to do a one-on-one with Chris and do some frisbee golf.
I don't know what you can do around here. Yeah. So we're finishing up with
her wedding. Can I just say one more thing about Alyssa? She brought 10 dresses. She bought 10 dresses.
Creepy.
Just in case she didn't find what she wanted at a bridal shop.
And they put their asses right on Newberry Street in Boylston, right downtown in the heart of, Beverly Hills version of Boston. Rodeo Drive of Boston. Because I saw them shops and I was like, ooh, that ain't over
with
here.
With those gold cowboy boots. No, sis. No.
Terrible.
No.
But she's not from here. She's not from here, so we can't claim her. She moved here.
Oh, okay, yes, she did. But
she's not a true Bostonian or born and raised in Massachusetts.
Where's she from then?
I think she came from. Please correct me if I'm wrong. In our comments on our YouTube channel, I think she's from Chicago. I don't know where she's from, but I think she lived in Chicago for a long time and then moved here.
Here, okay. I'm gonna have to look that up too.
She ain't from here.
Now, what I'm trying to figure out is, once again, the three pickers, Dr. Cal, all of them. What made them think? A, I would want them to pick good people first. People who you like. I like them. I want to root for them. But there was nothing about her that I was like, oh, I like her at all from the beginning. Chris, I may not be my type, or I'm a woman's type, but I like him.
Yeah.
I like Mock the Shock, even though he's not my type. I mean, right. I like them, but I don't. There's something about her that I don't like. This is maybe the same way with you and Olajuwon. I mean, I don't mind Olajuwon, but I can feel with her, she doesn't seem like a nice person.
She does. Even at the Bachelorette thing, like I said, it was disrespectful and mean not to associate with the other women when that's what the purpose of the whole event was. You're holed up in the corner. I don't drink at a lot of events, and people are drinking all around me. That's no reason not to have a good time.
And again, this is what you signed up for. You went through this whole process because, let me just say, I don't know if anybody remembers, but when we found out that they were coming back to Boston, I went to the website, my old ass, went to the website and filled out that application. And when I tell you, just the application is a process. I mean, it's like paragraphs of shit you got to fill in as to what your deal breakers, what you're looking for, what you want in a man as far as aesthetics, height, weight, everything. And I'm filling all that out, and they still didn't pick me. But I also put my date of birth, and I guess that kind of, I guess I'm more towards the senior citizen version of The Bachelor and not.
But even going back to choosing a person that you would like, that she didn't seem like a like person, why would you set her up with Chris, who seems like a genuinely nice guy, who's organized, this and the other, who needs a nice girl?
Yeah. I think
now, if Chris came off as an alpha, it was a guy who was like in 3 or 4 seasons ago with the girl who's the ice skater, and he seemed gay or whatever. He never slept with her, never stayed in the room with her. Really good looking guy, right? Put her with Alyssa, Mindy. But put him with Alyssa, I could see that maybe that working because he's attractive. He's more of an alpha. He's more independent, but not this nice. She's going to eat him alive. I
don't think she's going to eat him alive. I think she's going to show her ass, and he's going to, because he's a nice guy. I don't think he's a pushover. Let me just say this. I don't think this is going to be a pushover, but I will say that I think that Chris is going to just be like, I think Chris is going to be confused and think that everything's going well, and things may not be going well on her end, but I don't think he's going to be a pushover. If she starts acting simple with him, he's not going to push back hard on her, but he's going to speak his mind.
Do you remember 4 seasons ago when there was a guy and he had the wife and she didn't like him, and she wouldn't kiss him. They were on the Ferris wheel. And he went to kiss her, and she was like, "No." Oh, oh my gosh!
It sounds familiar.
And then she accused him. She accused him of texting another woman, and that was her escape to get out. But she didn't like him from the beginning, and he was really trying. Let me find if I can figure that.
Oh yeah, find that, because maybe that might be a season I didn't watch, because there was like 2 seasons of Married at First Sight I did not watch because it just gave me so much anxiety.
Yeah,
and back to what your point, Chris, about the professionals. And we saw some of the interview process. I don't know if you guys watched that, but we saw the interview process, and she did try and put on this air about herself that, like she was, but if you're a professional, and I saw it from the very beginning, I think we all did, that she's not a nice person. She is a person that she's like Merla to an extent, but I honestly think she's probably worse, because she, at least Merla is going to tell you, I'm this and I'm that, I'm that. She's like kind of totally disconnect from you. cut you down and then walk away. You know,
Yeah.
Merla at least tried to a point. I don't think that she's even going to give it, you know, a good 1, 2, 3. She's going to be out. But her personality sucks, and I don't think that that's hard to decipher in interviews and talking to her friends.
Right. I agree with you on that.
So what were they thinking putting her with him?
Exactly.
And then what was it?
And no disrespect to him, but it's like, again, of all the people here or anywhere for that matter, any city or any state, it's like, what? I mean, professionals, what the hell was it about this dude?
But I feel like they failed on each couple, because I think when you look at them individually, you wonder what it is that these professionals felt like they would mesh, and I don't think they did a good job on any of them. Now, if some of them come out and they make it, that would be great. There's a potential that I think 2 might make it, but the rest, no.
I'm gonna say right now, like, Jasmina and Michael, I was a little nervous because of Jasmina was, you know, in her feelings and feeling some sort of way and is like nauseated and whatever. But once she walked down that aisle, I got the vibes, not as excited like Woody and Armani, but their wedding was kind of gave me the feels like Woody and Armani. Not as hard, but kind of the same, because I just like the way that they mesh, and I love their vows.
Their vows were nice. Their
vows were nice, and the jumping of the broom and the families getting together. I thought that their chemistry was good. So I'm hoping that Jasmina and Michael are like the new Woody. I'm hoping that Jasmina and Michael are the Boston version of Woody and Armani.
Can I say one thing? I cried. So I thought it was just me crying. It wasn't. I talked to somebody else the next day and they said that they cried too. But I'm watching Jasmina, and I'll be totally honest. You know, my daughter knows her too. You know, that kind of friends, right? Mm-hmm. So then, you know, not great friends, but the kind of friends. So I'm watching her and I'm listening to her, and I see so much of Mia. And when she ever said, "You don't like Marvel," and when she was talking about the Korean TV show, that's our household right here. So I was like totally loving her even more. And let me just say, when Mia gets married, y'all gonna have to hold me down. I'm gonna be fucking balling.
Oh, we'll be there.
Balling. I was crying at this chick's wedding. But I really enjoyed her wedding, and I liked the things that she said. I did.
But when Mia finds a man that she's willing to marry, we're gonna need. We just don't want the invite to the wedding. We're gonna need the whole interview process, because she's got 3 professionals right here.
I know. My friend was like, we should get Mia to go on the show. I'm like, first of all, I would be I would be like this. I already know Dr. Pepper, Pastor Cal, and Miss Viviana. Fuck them hoes. They ain't fucking over my baby.
Amen. Amen.
He ain't fucking over my baby.
Amen.
I'm still trying to find this
dude. Thing over.
All right. So while you're doing that, the only issue that I had with Michael, and it's not really a big issue, is Michael was like, "I don't watch TV," and I'm like, "Really? You know, really?
There are a lot of people
to go to bed at 9.
If you really don't watch TV, then how'd you know about Married at First Sight?"
And he goes to bed at 9 o'clock.
Well, I go to bed. Sometimes I go to bed at 6 o'clock. Y'all know, 6, 5:30, 6, 7, 8, whatever. Whenever I get tired and I lay down, I'm asleep. But I'm not judging him on his sleeping tactics. I'm judging him on, you don't watch TV. Mm-hmm. Here we go.
I believe it or not, I can deal with that. I've dealt with that.
I'm okay with that. I am
no
okay
TV,
with that.
No movie. And like she said, how is it that you don't like Marvel? I don't understand that part, but you know, I get it. It's all right.
My favorite part of her vows was when she said, because I do this a lot. And I related to that. And when she said it off the rip, I was like,
this dude. Do you remember this dude?
No, I didn't watch that season.
Yeah, that was season.
Who was he with though?
Because you know I'm an old head. This is season 3.
But I've been watching it too. He kind of looks familiar. Who was the girl he was with?
Season 3.
Yeah,
Ashley.
In what city?
I'm gonna find it. I'm trying to find Neil, Ashley. Oh, I think it was Georgia. It was Atlanta, I think.
Oh yeah, I don't think
I would have to see her picture.
Yeah, I'm looking for
Yeah,
her. Oh, this girl right here. I got her. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So one of the things that I wanted to bring up, because with what was it, Alyssa and her 14 dresses, we got to talk about who do you think had the best wedding gown and who had the best tux? I have 2 and 2 of each. No, 2 and 1. Who's that? Oh yeah, no, I didn't see that. They don't look.
Ashley and David. She could not.
I do remember that. They were in Atlanta and they were like,
and
he was really nice too, right?
Very nice guy. Would not kiss him. Not even like, and even if married for a month, would not kiss him. Would not kiss him at all.
Well, I think we've got them in Boston, and in Alyssa and Chris.
We'll see.
Yeah, probably.
So have you guys? I mean, we've all watched it, so I just want to kind of go over who do you? All right, I'll start. Favorite wedding gown, obviously.
I wish you had said something, earlier because I did not pay attention.
Oh,
I can't. I did not pay attention.
I think Jasmine looked beautiful.
Yeah,
but I can't remember what the dress looked like.
Jasmina's dress was friggin' amazing. That would be a dress that I would wear if I got married. But yeah, no.
Catalina, I liked her dress.
No, I thought it was Jasmina and Noi. Catalina? Who the hell is Catalina?
I can't figure out the girl's name. Katina, Catalina, I can't.
Tomato, potato.
Don't be a Todd. Don't be a Todd.
She looked nice. She looked nice too.
I didn't like his tux though. I did not like Olajuwon's tux.
Listen to me. Let's talk about Olajuwon's tux.
I remember that.
I have a thing with men wearing white tuxedos. I don't care if you're black, white, yellow, indifferent. White tuxedos. Every tuxedo
with the black collar too, right? Didn't have a black collar.
Oh my God. Every white suit should be burned, thrown in the dumpster. No man should ever wear a white suit. White tuxedo.
Well, there's a reason why the dress should be white and the tuxedo should be black or dark color.
Thank you.
Because there's a contrast. It shows the yin and the yang, the man, the woman.
Yep. Mark the Shark is my favorite suit ever.
Mark the Shark.
Mark the Shark. Literally, remember I said when we first started, I was like, Mark the Shark. Mark the Shark is like the stereotypical. I was upset because I was like, he's the stereotypical Boston guy, like Boston white guy. And I was like, I don't like that. But I like him. And Mark showed up. His suit was on point. I love me some Mark the Shark. I am Mark the Shark's #1 fan right now.
Yeah, I can't
remember. He's got his hands full. Yeah, just a regular black tux.
Yeah, regular black tux. Oh, let's talk about that. Mark and Lindsay. When she fucking said, what did she say? The pussy. Way too many pussies in this house.
In one house. She's doing too much. Too much.
He said, my wife, she's a lot.
And the fact, Chris, you should IG story that shit with what you do, because his eyeballs, every time they get to him, he already has big eyeballs, but he's like, his eyeballs are like, yeah, she's a handful. She's a handful, but she's a nice girl.
And again,
just like her daddy
father said, The
That's
father.
That's what I just said.
That's not a compliment.
No.
Right. That's the best you can say.
Remember when she introduced her father and her brother to him? She's like,
Mhm.
this is my dad. And he's like shaking his hand, and her father's looking at Mark like, good luck to you, motherfucker. She's your bitch now, because I'm out. I did my job. Her brother, she's like, it's my brother, Pete. And he's like, hey, how you doing? Yep, she's your headache now.
You know what I found odd, though? When they were taking their pictures and she was like, is your mom here? And he's like, no. And she was like, oh, she didn't come. And, well, why? And he never said, well, she's in rehab. Why'd you make it? He made it seem like it was a big deal. Like they don't. And so in her mind now, she's like, he doesn't like his mother like I don't like mine. Right. And I don't understand why he didn't. I mean, I know you're taking pictures. You don't have to go through the whole thing. She's in rehab. That's it.
Right.
Yeah, but then you'd be like rehab. I mean, then you have to explain.
Explain it to it later. That's after the pictures or whatever. But to leave it hanging like she's not there because we don't have. He made it like we didn't have they didn't have a relationship.
I would have done the same thing. If I was Mark, I would have done the same thing.
No, I would not. I would have been like, she's in rehab, she couldn't make it, or I'm not gonna let you hang on the idea that my family couldn't make it because of a rift or something. That's how he made it sound.
And another thing is, they had plenty of time before that when they're talking to each other. He could have been like, hey, my mom is so-and-so. I take care of my grandmother and my mom.
No, because she was too busy being fucked up,
that's true.
That's true.
Ass out laying on the goddamn park bench.
Yeah, so who knows what her reaction would have been if he had told her while they're having pictures. It's like, what do you mean? So, yeah. I think Mike the Shock's just being very.
He could have just said, if he had said a rehabilitation center, then she would have went to physical. When you say rehab, you go to substance abuse. But I hear people say rehabilitation. I never even think about substance abuse, and that's what it could be.
But let's not be remiss in the fact that Lindsay is a nurse.
Damn, she is.
Is she?
Yes. She is a nurse. But she said, wait, let me backtrack, because in the initial pairing episode, she said they were saying that she was a nurse in the health system here in Boston. And then she told him she was like, when he asked her what she did for a living, she said she was like a COVID consultant in the clinics and so. And I'm like, when I watched it, I was like, what is that? What does that mean?
I mean, probably advising them on protocols and stuff. And I can see that as a job now.
I mean, I can, but as a nurse, I'm looking at her like, oh, Lindsay, don't disrespect our profession with your simple ass. And now she's like, COVID doing this, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? I ain't never heard of that shit. But it is COVID, so whatever. Mm-hmm.
So many new jobs have come out of COVID.
So many jobs have come out of COVID.
It'll be interesting to see how if they can make it. It depends on her if she settles down a little bit, and it depends if he I think a lot of these women. I think a lot of these women in this episode and in this year need alpha men.
Yes, I agree.
Nice alpha men. Not assholes, but nice alpha strong men, not nice guys. A lot of them are nice guys. Like Michael and Jasmina, I'm a little worried that she's going to feel like she's more active, more he seems a little bit not passive to me, but kind of like boring. You know what I mean? Like there's no swag. I don't feel swag to Michael. I don't feel swag to Michael. I don't think any of them.
I saw some swag because you saw how Michael tried to grab her ass when they were taking pictures. He was like, boom, this is my girl.
Maybe. I don't know.
I feel there's a little swag. What I feel with Michael is that I think it's going to be a selfishness that he exhibits more so than anything. I see him being really spoiled, kind of coddled too. I I get that vibe. I mean, I like his sisters, but I'm waiting to see how he is. Like, I don't see the maturity there.
And I'm going to say that this is all going to weigh on his sisters because he is the baby. And he literally lingers on his sibling's word. So if he's feeling some sort of way, it's going to come down to his siblings, his sisters, to be like, because they love Jasmina. They were like, her dress is on point. She's beautiful, this, that. I think he's going to have to rely on his sisters and his brother to be like, you know, if they have an issue, he's gonna have to rely to his siblings. And I
so
hope
if you had to, if you had to rank who's gonna make it, we should do early on rankings this way. Who's gonna make? Who's the top couple to stay together and the bottom couple to stay together? I would say that Michael and Jasmine are number one.
Yep. Number one
right?
for me is Michael and Jasmine.
To make it?
To make it. Yep. Write it down, Shahidah. Get your pen.
Okay.
They're number one. I think.
One.
Oh man, then it drops.
Then
off.
I'm going to say I'm going to step out on a limb. I'm going to say my number 2 is Mark and Lindsay because I think Mark and Lindsay are going to be the Jamie and whatever that bitch's name is that he was with.
So the top to make it is your number one is Jasmine and Michael.
For me, my number 1 is Jasmine and Michael. My number 2 is Lindsay and Mark. And then I have no hope for the rest of everybody else.
Well, I don't know about Sam and Noe. What?
Steve and Noe.
Steve and Noe.
I don't think they're going to work.
Why?
See, I got, and I know they haven't had their ceremony yet, but I would actually put not Michael. You just said their name. Big guy.
Noe and Steve.
No, the other one. Lindsay and Mark. I would put Lindsay and Mark as my number 1.
Oh.
No,
and
I'm not going to put them as
over Jasmina.
Yeah, I would put them as my number 1 to make it.
Okay,
good. Note that down because my number 1 to make it is Jasmina and Michael, then Lindsay and Mark, and if I had to pick a third, I'll go with Steve and Noe. But I'm not really feeling them. I did feel them. I think once Noe figures out that Steve is unemployed, he's going to have to come with a business plan for her because she got issues. And it ain't bad issues. She's got immigrant issues where she's like, this is where I come from. Even though Steve comes from the same background, she needs to feel secure and safe. And if he can't produce that for her, she ain't going to be down with that.
This is my take on Noe. I didn't get all of that. I understand that it looks really good on paper because, she came here when she was 2 years old. So when she says I came from a refugee camp, but you got here at 2 years old, how much of that refugee camp are you? So it looks good to say that. It's like this great this immigrant story, but you really don't have that immigrant story that other people would have because you've been in the United States. You might have a poverty story that a lot of people have, but not so much this story that you were living in a camp. You were not. You might have been living in the projects.
I think her parents would carry that idea of what it's like to live in a camp in America because they didn't have any money.
Yeah.
Right. But you're still going to school with American kids. I mean, we all know a lot of times you have what you have in your home, because especially if you are of an ethnic group, you carry that in your home, but then you have a life outside your home with your classmates, your neighbors, your friends, and that's a huge piece too. So she might have been poor. I get that. But I don't feel like when I listen to her, I feel like TLC, I mean, I feel like Lifetime is pushing that life story, but not so much her. So I don't know if she's going to really have a huge problem with him being an entrepreneur or trying to figure things out. She seemed very easygoing to me. I didn't see a harshness like I don't like Merla. I don't ever want to be poor again, and I didn't feel like she felt that way. I didn't feel like she felt like she had to prove something to the world. I didn't get that from her.
But we'll see. I mean, I think that's the last two weddings left is her and Steve and Alyssa and Chris. So we got
my number one is Jasmina
and Michael.
Yeah. Jasmina and Michael. My number two is Mark and Lindsay.
With you.
And my number three is a C average, like right in the middle. If you go one way or the other is Steve and Noy. Then it's going to be Olajuwon and Catalina. And then bottom is going to be Alyssa and her ego.
I'm just going to make it easy for you, Shahidah, and say that my top.
I'm just doing three.
No, I'm gonna give you two, and I already gave it to you. Jasmina and Michael, and Mark and Lindsay. The remaining three couples. No.
See, and I'm like the opposite of you guys because I'm like Lindsay and Mark 1, Steve and Noy 2, and I have Jasmina and Michael 3rd.
And who do you have?
But I want them to succeed. But so they're in my top 3, but they're just not the top. And I don't see Alyssa and Chris making it at all.
I don't see Chris and Alyssa making it to the honeymoon.
And
I mean, they might get through the honeymoon, but they're going to make it.
They're not going to make it to the wedding.
All that, but I guarantee you, it's going to be a roller coaster.
She's going to walk. She's going to walk in the aisle, see him, and turn around and walk back on her horse. She's going to get on her horse.
I don't think Katina's going to make it. Katina and Olajuwon are going to make it either.
I think they're going to make it to a certain extent. But I don't think I don't know if they'll make if they make it to the couch, they ain't gonna.
I think they'll definitely make it to the couch. I'm saying
I think they'll make it to the couch.
I don't think they're gonna make it in the.
I think they'll make it to the couch, but I don't think they're gonna say I want to stay married. I think
they have chemistry though.
No.
Yeah, I think all of them will make it to the couch except for Alyssa and Chris. I'm on the fence with that one. But as far as staying together, I don't think that they will.
Tanya, if you saw on that after show, they said, "Who's attracted? What are you attracted to your mate?" And Katrina was like, "I definitely am." And then Jasmina was like, "There's a little bit of attraction." It's like
I saw that commercial where she said something about a little bit of attraction. Or was that on? I think that was actually on the show.
But Katarina was like, "I'm definitely attracted."
Katina, sir.
You're like Katarina. This motherfucker is giving out Russian names and names of hurricanes.
Yeah.
Katarina and Katina. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to say, I'm going to keep it simple for me. And I'm going to think that right now that Michael and Jasmina are going to make it. I think that Mark and Lindsay will make it. The rest of them, nah, we good.
I got 6%. I got to get the battery. Go get the battery.
Where you going, Chris? What you doing?
Get the
battery. I had 100%. Now I'm at 6%.
All right. Well,
your laptop sounds like mine. Mine is
perfect timing because we are at the end of this, the end of our stuff. So, listen. We have to end this because I have to say I need everyone to go to our YouTube page and follow us. Follow us. Share it with your friends. Tell your friends to follow us. And then so on and so on and so forth. This is my goal for 2022.
Okay. That we'll make it all our goal.
Yes, indeed.
So we'll be back. All right, wait. Next week, the 19th, a week from today, the 19th of January, which is next Wednesday, is our 1-year anniversary party with TT, Shahidah, and Chris of Becoming.
We should have a giveaway.
And we are having a party podcast. And we can do a giveaway. We will do a giveaway and we'll put it on the website. But I need y'all to watch our anniversary show because it's going to be bomb. It's going to be bomb.
I was in a hotel room 1 year ago.
I'm scared. I might not even show up.
Chris,
1 year ago today, I was quarantined.
I don't want to talk about it. But I want to talk about it right now because we have to.
Wait, what?
Somebody's quarantined. We're not going to talk about it right now.
Last year, I was in the hotel.
When we had the podcast.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna have.
All right.
And then we're gonna talk about everything that Chris and us, our relationship, our friendships, our relationships that we built together, and then we gotta give Chris's roses because Chris is doing some shit this year. Yeah.
Let's hope so.
So on the 19th, we're gonna record our podcast of our anniversary of our meeting of Chris. We love him, our brother from another mama.
All right, ladies.
I want that
hat. Hey, Chris, I'm going to end this podcast on this. A house divided because Shahidah and I are in New England and Chris is a New York boy. Oh, the Patriots versus the Bills this weekend. Is the game tomorrow?
Buffalo, yes. Yes.
It's on Saturday?
Yeah, Shahidah and I, full disclosure,
8:15.
Full disclosure, don't give two shits about whoever's playing, but we're gonna play this.
I do though. What? I'll be watching.
You said you wasn't rooting for the Patriots.
I said I don't like the Patriots. I never root for the Patriots. I fucking hate Bill Belichick.
So you're gonna root for Buffalo,
huh?
So you're gonna root for Buffalo.
For them.
Come to the Bills side.
Send me a Bill. I want a Bills wife beater.
I'm a Giants fan though, so.
Oh, for God's sakes! I'm hanging up on both your asses.
On that note,
a Giants fan and a Bills fan. Love you guys.